and welcome back to winemastery.co.uk. My name is John Lightfoot and this is...
John Murphy.
And in this episode we're going to talk about another jammy wine. This time it is the Barefoot Jammy Red Wine. And we're tasting this at the recommendation of two viewers that both said to us you should give this a try. So we thought, why not? They both seem to like it. So there's Blue Fraser and Kadir Guler. I hope I pronounced that right, Kadir. So we thought, yeah, two opinions say we should be testing it, so we should. And one of them, I can't remember which one of you guys suggested that it is tasted chilled rather than room temperature. So we're going to do both.
Yes, we are.
Fantastic. So, should we have a look at the colour?
Yeah, so it's worth noting the first one is chilled. We're doing the first one chilled, so I think it's quite obvious. But yes, let's go for it, John.
There's a little bit of mauviness to it, a little bit of purpleness to it.
Yeah, there's definitely a purple there, isn't it?
It's quite translucent, isn't it, as well?
I was just about to say the same thing, John. Yeah, it is. You can see straight through there, but this is not a bad thing at all.
No.
Let's go on the nose. Well, the first thing that gets me there is raspberry, and it's proper raspberry.
And that's the first time ever I've been able to smell raspberries on a wine.
Right.
First time ever. I've never. You've mentioned it in others, and I can't get raspberry, but I definitely get it in this one.
I think it is. I think these are very obvious, and it's like the tartness of it. Oh yeah, it's just raspberry. I love that tartness that you get from a raspberry.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. We might find out later. With this being a bit chilled, that might have kind of toned the nose down a little bit. It might have.
Yeah.
We should find that out. Let's have a...
Yeah.
Because there's not much, after saying the raspberries there, it's not much...
That's all you're getting, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're stuck on that. But this is, again, no bad thing. It actually smells really good.
It does.
Really good.
Very tempting.
Yes, there is that as well. Which I think should lead us on to. Let's have a go, John.
Okay. I'm not really getting raspberries on the palate though. I'm getting cherry, I think some sort of like sweet cherry, not sour cherry, but sweet cherry. And then maybe a touch of strawberry.
Yeah, I think the raspberry is definitely still there. Perhaps and as I'm just speaking on the finish there, but everything you just mentioned, but I think this has become more like, the description, jammy. It's got a lot of red fruit going on in there, so perhaps the strawberry, the cherry that you get, it's just kind of masking perhaps that the raspberry a little bit. It is there. Well, I'm saying I'm getting it, but I mean, I think the first thing we should note is it does definitely suit a chill. That definitely suits a chill.
Yeah,
I think the tannins are no longer, well, not that they were there to begin with, but there's no real tannins there, which makes it soft and juicy. Soft, juicy and delicious.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And sometimes when there's no tannins there, it just goes all wrong, doesn't it? But this is holding a balance very well considering there's no tannins.
I think it's the power of flavour that's actually in there, but even saying that, it's not overly, there's not a massive length in there. It's just juicy and I would say very dangerous also. This, I think...
Yeah, chilled on a hot summer's day.
Right, all we need is just straw water, John, isn't it?
I should have bought it in.
We could have had a straw water, yeah.
We could, yeah.
But no, that's... there's not massive length on there, but again, if you're enjoying this, as a summer drink, you don't particularly want that. You want that nice fresh...
Yeah, it's very quaffable, isn't it? That's you say in the summer, it's a hot day, chilled. This is going to be really refreshing. Do you think that someone that doesn't normally like red wine might like this?
Definitely. This is one of these wines which I would encourage anybody who doesn't like red wine to try, because again, it's a nice step on that ladder, and also it's got that kind of perfect what you're going to need when you first starting out in your red wine journey. You don't want to be smashed with all these big flavours and this kind of too much there. Whereas this, it just nicely holds your hand and walks you through it, because it is, and I know it's Barefoot, it's not an expensive wine, but it's nice.
Yeah, and talking of the price, it's £5.50.
£5.50?
You're not going to go wrong with that, can you?
You can't knock that at all.
I mean, that is very... I mean, the price that the vineyard's getting for the actual wine after all the overheads and taxes is minuscule.
I see that. I'm thinking now of my friends, and if I were to present this to my friends, how would they feel about it? And I can't imagine anybody who wouldn't like that.
No, no.
I mean, I'm not going to go out and say it's going to be, massive, someone's favourite that they will rave about all the time. I don't know. But it's definitely a contender.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of wines, it's the right time in right place. It's not going to be the right wine for every situation.
No,
but a nice
no.
warm day, a chilled red wine, in the garden, wherever, even at home, it's delicious, and it's. I would imagine it's a great social lubricant. Definitely.
Well, like we said before in videos where you don't really have to thinking, what's that? It's just a nice drink to have in your hand while gassing and yakking.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, should we try it? Room temperature. I was going to say full temperature. I meant to say room temperature.
I think we should, John.
Okay, well, let's just swap the glasses. Voila. So we have, in fact, discharged the chilled and put in a room temperature Jammy Red from Barefoot. So, colour-wise, don't think there's a difference?
No, nothing.
I mean, the only thing we said that the only slight difference could be the condensation's not there now, so which may have an effect, but...
Yeah, so it might look a little bit brighter because it hasn't got the condensation around there. But other than that, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Which was expected.
Yeah. So shall we go for the nose again?
Let's do it, John.
I'm not getting any raspberries now.
I
don't know what I'm getting.
I think... They say the first one was in your face with raspberry. This, I believe there's still raspberry in there, but I believe this is remember when on the palate of the first one that was chilled and we were getting the cherry, the strawberry and a hint of the raspberry in there?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're getting on that now. Because there's red berries in there. It's definitely, I'd probably say, definitely strawberry and with a hint of raspberry. So I don't know if I can find the cherry in there.
I can't identify any, but... That's your superior nose.
I wouldn't say that, John.
I just did.
Oh, stop that. You'll have me, but that is very different to the chilled one. Very different. And so far, I prefer the chilled one. I
prefer the chilled one.
Yeah, definitely had a lovely...
On the nose, it was, just, as you say, very vibrant raspberries.
Yeah, and it was fun to find it, wasn't it? Fun to, it was enjoyable. All right.
Let's have a taste, shall we?
Let's go for it.
A lot sweeter. Well, I'm not sure if it's sweeter because chilled it was sweet, but it's like a little bit more cloyy.
Yeah, it sits on your tongue, doesn't it? And the roof of my mouth along. Yeah. It's more a sugary, syrupy.
Yeah. And it's somehow not as refreshing. It's dull. It's more dull. It's dulled it.
Yeah, it's not leaving that. Those flavours we got from it chilled were really kind of vibrant and in your
made
face.
Your mouth water and
it was juicy. This isn't juicy. This is teeth coatingly sugary almost.
So if you like a sweet wine, you will like it.
And also, again, when we're talking about the people who don't like red wine, I think that's a good starter again. You're not going to be, because again, it doesn't have the dry edge in there. But that makes it then come across as quite sweet. But this is probably one of the most kind of sugary, syrupy red wines I've tried. I can definitely see how people would like this, but I also can definitely see that for me, the chilled version of this was, in my opinion, much, much better. If someone's passed me, well, we've just done it out back to back. If someone said,
which one do you want?
Yeah, easy, the chilled one.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's a good recommendation. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can detect what the tastes are in this.
The syrupy...
Too much sugar.
Yeah, it's masking everything else there, which is unusual because generally when you chill a wine down, that kind of kills or masks the flavour, whereas that...
It's having the reverse effect.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Wow. So, my verdict would be, I personally prefer it chilled. If you like sweet wine, you're going to like this. It's almost, not when it's not chilled, it's almost verging on a dessert wine, isn't it?
Well, I'm keeping doing this one because it seems to be kind of just cloyy. As I think I said with the chilled one, I can't think of anybody in my friend circle who past that too wouldn't think, oh, that's really nice. But I can think of a fair few people who wouldn't be a fan of that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Now, I guess going on to pairing, now I'm going to really struggle with a meal to match this. I mean, I think what's just come to my mind is sherry trifle.
Sherry trifle. I love that.
I mean, you could have a glass of sherry with a sherry trifle, of course, but something sweet like that would be what I'd go for. Something, that's
yeah. I think it's, for me, I'd probably go, if it's cheese, generally if I've got something like that, a sweet wine, I go the opposite, I go for salty, so it would have to be a blue cheese, and you've got plenty, let me think, maybe, well, I could do that with blue Stilton, would go beautifully, that'd be fine, or a Harrogate Blue, maybe tone in the salty edge down just a little, yeah, so yeah, blue Stilton or Harrogate Blue.
And Harrogate Blue is from Shepherd's Purse, is it? Gone quiet.
Have you been doing? I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's common knowledge. Right? I just didn't know you knew that, don't you?
Well, no, I was just thinking if people were searching for it, they might find it easy to go Shepherd's Purse.
Right, yeah, Harrogate Blue, Shepherd's Purse, made in Thirsk. Yeah, you're well done. Yeah.
I do listen. That just proves I do listen to what you tell me.
Obviously, John. Obviously. Very impressed. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
So exactly.
Score-wise. Yeah. Now scoring is difficult because. Where do we come from? In terms of, for you, there isn't sort of like an established, this is what it should taste like.
No,
it's not a particular varietal. And for me, it's like, as a sweet wine, it's very nice. I'm going to score it as if I'm scoring it chilled. To be fair to it, I enjoyed that more, and the score will therefore be higher.
Yeah, well, are we going to score? Are we going to have two separate scores? One for chilled, one for...
Wow, this is getting... Wow, okay.
Unprecedented territory.
Whoa, steady. So are we going chilled first?
Yeah, chilled first.
Chilled first. There's a sweet chilled wine, a summer wine, and taking very much into account, I will, £5.50.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 77.
Good, yeah. I'm going to take it... Only as it's taking into consideration the price. Yeah, obviously I don't know the great varietal, but how much I actually enjoyed that wine, I would take that up, and I'm going to touch 80.
Are you?
I'm going to touch 80 because I think, just thinking, I actually would really enjoy that.
Yeah.
Chill down. We went through it before in the summer. Beautiful. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. 80, I think is. I'm good with 80.
Okay, yeah. Well, I wouldn't argue with you at 80.
No.
Yeah, no.
But then, so we move on to the warmer one now. Now, but you're still taking in consideration. Still only £5.50.
It's still only £5.50. I'm going to give it 70.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I'm going to go spot on you with the 70 because it's still okay. It serves a purpose, but it's not something I would particularly choose.
Yeah, I was considering 69, and just that sort of psychological barrier between 69 and 70, I thought maybe it's been a bit unfair because actually it's not exactly my personal type of wine, so I'll just compensate a little bit for that and give it that extra one.
Yeah, even though it might not be what we particularly like, it's not a terrible wine.
No.
Not at all. So I think it deserves 70. I think, well scored there, John, yeah.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, guys, if you haven't tried it, and if you do, you have tried some other jam wines, and I'll put a link to some of our other wines jammy wines that we have reviewed. Do give this one a go. Thanks to Kadir and to Blue Fraser for suggesting it and for suggesting the chill part. Very good. If you've got any suggestions, please drop us a line, and we'll be pleased to see if we can get hold of the wine and do a review, and of course give you a shout out at the same time. So, until the next time,
chin chin.
Chin chin.